What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about the news today. We're going to talk about the news, and I don't normally care to talk about the news, but and I deliberately leave it out of most of my analysis to begin with. But I did just make a Bitcoin video, and I was scrolling through X right now just after making that video and reading this thing here. So this actually inspired this video here. Coin Bureau breaking: Bitcoin has just broken below 109K on renewed fears of tariffs. I just want to say that that's complete and utter BS. Bitcoin doesn't care about tariffs, you guys. Bitcoin doesn't care. Tariffs don't matter, and there's no tariffs at the moment. And maybe there will be, but I want you to understand that this is a bit of a psyop for anybody out there who's feeling the pressure to sell, who bought the maximum all-time highs of whatever altcoin or Bitcoin was. Maybe it's not even all-time highs for specific altcoins. It's just a relative high. But this is just pressure to shake out the people who FOMO. That's all it is. All right, that's all. This is standard volatility. It's nothing more than that, right? This is not, do not equate this, what's happening now, to what happened whenever we initially brought tariffs in for China, Mexico, and Canada, right? That's not what's happening right now, right? And don't get me wrong, slapping tariffs on the whole EU sounds like a big deal. But you know what was a bigger deal? Liberation Day. And the markets didn't seem to care. And in fact, actually, we grew. After April 7th, the markets bottomed out and we grew. Let's look at it right here real quick just to re-up our memory here. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Looking at Bitcoin. If you guys remember, Liberation Day was on April 2nd. Here was April 2nd. We took a little dive, and then after that, the tariffs are still in effect, but who cares? And however many countries are affected in the EU by whatever tariffs, I assure you, it's probably going to be less tariffs than were slapped on April 2nd. You know what I mean? And we dropped a little bit. Whether it was because of that or not because of that, I don't know. You know what? Tariffs or not tariffs, whatever it was. But we pumped afterwards. We pumped shortly after that, right? So if we have a little bit of downside to go for Bitcoin or for crypto or for whatever because of the tariffs, okay, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because what's going to happen, if anything, is that this is fuel for when Bitcoin is pumping for Trump to be like, hey, we've reached an agreement, we're going to pause the tariffs like they did with China, and then the market's going to receive that as positive. But it doesn't matter. Tariffs or no tariffs, Bitcoin, crypto, we're in the middle of a breakout phase. Bitcoin's at new all-time highs, and it doesn't stop for anybody. I don't care who is laying on tariffs on who. It doesn't matter, man. It could be Alexander the Great putting tariffs on the Queen of Sheba. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's none of it matters. It's just noise to distract you. If you're new to the markets, you're going to be distracted by stuff like this. It's hard to trust it. It's hard to just look at some random YouTuber and be like, yeah, this dude seems trustable. I'd rather trust the media sources that are telling me this is going to break the economy, right? That's not what's going to happen. The media is there to spread fear. They're meant to engage you, right? I'm just some random guy. I'm telling you my genuine facts and opinions, and I can be wrong. I've been wrong before, not just about technical analysis, but about various things that I have opinions on, right? You know, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But this is my third bull cycle, and this is not my first rodeo with the crypto markets, and it's not my first rodeo with these tariffs, with any kind of negative FUD news piece, right? I've been through, and anybody who's been through multiple cycles, you've been through China banning Bitcoin, you've been through the SEC attacking various cryptos, you've been through exchanges getting sued, and just like all kinds of, and exchanges getting hacked, and all kinds of stuff that's such a bigger deal whenever it comes to what affects the price of Bitcoin than any kind of tariff on the EU could, right? Tariffs affect physical goods, right? And America, last I checked, actually, hold on. Before I say this, I have a point that I want to make, okay? We're going to find out where most Bitcoins are mined, okay? That's what we're going to do right now. Where is most of the Bitcoin mining done as far as like a country goes? Come on, Grok, don't let me down. What country has the highest hash rate when it comes to mining Bitcoin? Let's go. Hit me. What country is it? It's probably not a country in the EU. The United States. Well, if that's the truth, and it probably is because we have the most Bitcoin as well. And you have particularly states like Texas, Georgia, yeah, and there's other countries too. What about the next three in line down the list? Man, I love AI. It's so good. Like, screw Google. You guys remember that? Like, we're going to tell our kids, we're going to be like, we had to actually go through and search web pages and shit. Now we just talk to it like it's a person and it tells us everything. You get the links if you want to. Anyways, China, then Kazakhstan, then Russia. So Kazakhstan and Russia and China, last I heard, were not a part of the EU. Okay, probably not a part of the EU. And all of these people, the point that I'm making here is all these countries and the United States mine, they have the largest mining, Kazakhstan, why do I keep hearing about this? Kazakhstan. But anyways, largest mining power of crypto, of Bitcoin out there. They have the highest hash rate. If there's tariffs put on the EU, are their energy rates going to go up for these countries? No. America gets most of its energy, most of its oil domestically and from Canada. So that's not on the EU. We're chilling with Canada now. We're buddies again, right? We made up. We wined and dined them a little bit after a little spit spat, right? That's how it is with long-term relationships sometimes. Like we get most of our energy from there. I don't know about Russia. Russia probably produces a lot of its own energy. I don't know anything about Kazakhstan's energy or anything like that. China, I would assume they're responsible for a lot of their own energy production as well. Or if they get their energy from somewhere, it's certainly not the EU, right? I'm just saying this is probably not the only way that I could assume that. And the reason why I'm stuck on this energy thing is that's the only way that it could affect Bitcoin negatively. Is that now it's more expensive to produce Bitcoin, or maybe something opens up where it's I don't know, if it was more expensive to produce Bitcoin, wouldn't that just make Bitcoin's price go up? Like, no matter how I spin this, I can't see how these tariffs can hurt the price of Bitcoin. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. So I've spent enough time on this silly thought. This wasn't supposed to go on this long, but hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Do not worry about the media. It's not there to help you. It's there to engage you. And more so than that, it's there to plant a seed in your brain. It's there to make you think a specific way. Don't read my shirt. That's not important. Hear what I'm telling you, okay? It's there to put a seed in your brain. It's there to let you know that this is what they want you to think. This is how you're supposed to be programmed and plugged in, because whatever happens in the environment of the world, it's going to trigger a response based off of that. As in, hey, Trump is putting on tariffs again. It's going to be 50% tariffs on the EU. The whole damn EU is going to get tariffs. You guys remember what happened last time, right? Bitcoin went down for 6 months because of the tariffs. So now this little drop, less than 4% of a drop yesterday, triggers you. You're seeded with your thought, and now this little 4% drop triggers you to sell. But that's exactly what they want you to do. Who's they? I don't know. The ones controlling the show. Maybe Donnie Trump and the boys. Maybe the people who oppose him. I don't know. The people with a lot of money who step in to buy whenever things are low and the news is negative. That's the people who want you to sell. That's the people who are seeding this shit in your brain, right? And I'd probably say it's the mainstream media, because announcing that there's tariffs is one thing, but using that as a point of reflection in the price of Bitcoin is another thing. They're charging you, right? And that's not the administration that's doing that. That's the media that's doing that, at least in my opinion. But I got nothing else for you guys. It's beer o'clock. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.